Hello everyone. This is Maria with mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another paper crafting video. And if you are here, let me know. I know it was quite, again, unexpected kind of video, and I am so sorry for that. But like I mentioned last Tuesday, this building the website, it has a life of its own, and the more I plan to do things one way, the more God is telling me no, this way, and so I have to follow. And so it's been quite the undertake to change everything, as I mentioned in the other video. So I do appreciate all of you that are here and all of you that are just supporting me and just kind of rooting for me while I make all these changes. And if you don't know, I am a Stampin' Up! A demonstrator, and I would like to promote some of the things that are going on right now at Stampin' Up! So let's go ahead and jump into that right away. Don't mind the phone. I can't help it. The first one is, these are the 3 kits. These are August kits, as I have told you, and if you are in the Stampin' Up! World, you kind of know that Stampin' Up! Is putting 2 or 3 kits a month. And these are the ones for August. They are absolutely stunning and just like perfect for crafting, especially if you're a beginner or if you need something to grab and on the go almost. And alongside the kit situation, we have the paper pumpkin kit. The paper pumpkin kit A is a monthly subscription. This is the one that is coming. It's called Fall for 12. It looks like it's what it's named. Kiwi told us the last day. And I just want to show you real quick. I have here. So it really, it matches the Autumn 12 suite. And this is what the 12 looks like, what the suite looks like. And so it's just really, really beautiful. Look at that beautiful. Oh, I'll show you here in a minute. I have it here with myself and I forget that you're not seeing the paper. There's that. I'll show you here in a minute. Today, guys, is the last day for that in color product sale. So make the most out of it. Last day, last call. I hope you are making the most out of the sales and this ongoing like promotion that Stampin' Up! is really focusing on. Not last, but this is the embossing folder. Sorry, this is this month's VIP rewards. I will probably, and I'll show you here in a little bit, I will probably put that other embossing folder as our coming for September. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And all you need to do, guys, is buy $50 before shipping and taxes, and then you'll get that for free. Very important. The whimsical Christmas card workshop is definitely still on a go. I've to finish some of the stuff that I need to finish with the website, but I'm still hoping for it. I think that, like I mentioned, it will most likely be September 20th instead of the 13th. So I have a little bit of an extra time to finish the cards. Okay. Hey, how are you, Adrian? Oh, which one? Adrian is saying that you still haven't ordered the embossing folder yet. Which one are you talking about? The sunflowers one or the other one? Let me know. Okay, let's go to the crafting table. Ta-da! Magic. I love when these like transitions nice and smoothly. So let me show you. This is the Fall for 12 suite that I was kind of sort of showing. That was pretty funny. And it's a beautiful, beautiful suite. I really like this paper. But it's just a beautiful option. And this one, look at that beauty. And same as that. So this is the one that matches the paper pumpkin kit. So I just wanted to show you that. And we're going to talk about what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using a variety of products. Most of them are all current or to come, and one of them is retired. Sorry. Sometimes I forget how to talk. Oh, Adrian is saying the sunflower. So here between you and me, Adrian, I haven't gotten either. So there's that. I love the, flower embossing folders, but I tend to use them less than the embossing folders that have something like this. Like, I am absolutely in love with this embossing folder. That one belongs to, it is called, let me not forget, sorry. It is called the Gathering Together Suite, and it's absolutely stunning. That's the paper we're going to be using today. I'll show you here in a minute. But yeah, I tend to fall more for these kind of embossing folders than the ones that have big flowers for whatever reason. So we'll be using this one. We will be using the Amber Autumn stamp set. This is a stamp set that is in our mini catalog, coming mini catalog. I absolutely love it, obviously, because I have to color these, and that's what we're using it. So we're coloring this one today, and we're going to be using the dies as well. And we're going to be using these a stamp set. This is a retired set, but I absolutely love it. I've told you many times how much I love big fonts. And so we're going to be using these sending, the stamp set, and the die along with Autumn Wishes. So sending Autumn Wishes, I think it's just going to work perfectly well. Let me show you real quick the paper. You most likely have seen it already because, so many demonstrators have shown it. Hi, Deborah, how are you? But this is definitely a must get. So if you can see, it has a foil in it, and it's technically speaking champagne. I don't have champagne, so we're gonna do gold. But I absolutely love this paper. This paper is stunning. I think that, I mean, if you like gold, you're like me, you're probably gonna love it. The base, some of the bases, this is basic beige, early espresso, Cajun craze, crushed curry, and old olive. So that's the color combinations. It's so beautiful. It's just like fall, perfect fall. That's what it is. Adrian is saying that she loves this DSP. Oh yeah, I hear you. It's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so we're going to be doing an interlocking card. I don't know if you've done it in the past, guys. This is my first time doing it, and you guys kind of like what happens in here is that I see all these cards that I want to make, and I just like make them with you. Now, I have to be honest and very transparent with you. This time we're going to make the card together. Like, I've not done it before. Needlessly to say, it's going to be a lot of probably trial and error. So hopefully less trial and less error and more like getting it together. But we'll see how that goes. And partially, like, I don't want to keep saying this, but definitely all this change that I'm doing has taken a lot of my time, and it's just been crazy. So we are going to start with a piece. This is 11 by 5.5. Can you do this in 4.25? Yes, you can. You will have to change the measurements a little bit. I'll tell you I'll put it in the PDF tutorial later. Just I just want it a little bigger. I like to give cards in Thanksgiving or send them. And so I don't really mind being them a little bigger. But let me say this, in the end, for good or for bad, all my cards are big, right? And when I say big, what I'm trying to say, they're thick. And so when that happens, guys, the truth is that anyways, I have to pay extra. So a part of me is like, just gotta pay extra anyways, so it's fine with me. you can just not have two layers, and it'll probably fit perfectly and be much thinner. So I'll try to get those dimensions for the A2 card. So again, this is 11 by 5.5, and we are going to score at, sorry, 2 3/4. And we're going to turn around and score in 2 3/4. So this is, there's not a whole lot of like technique to this card, which is why I am kind of venturing of doing it in the live the first time. So we're going to fold this, and this goes, so if you have it like these, it will go belly. And I'm looking for my bone folder, so we're going to go ahead and burnish that side, and now the other one. And it's kind of like a gatefold, right? Super simple, nothing complicated in here. I absolutely love it. And this is where we're going to bring our panels. So these are the two panels I have chosen for the front. I am using a the first layer is gold. I told you guys, you can't really tell that much. I mean, yes, if you like really pay attention, it is definitely champagne. It's not gold, but you can, I mean, look, you have to sit down and look at it. So we're using gold. The first layer is, and I have my cheat sheet somewhere, and I'm sorry about that. It's here. Here's all my craziness. So that one is actually not the one that has it. So you're going to need, in the end, 4 panels of 2 5/8 by 5 3/8, because you're going to put one, so one panel in the front, sorry, 2 panels in the front and 2 panels in the back. Okay, so you're going to need, in the end, 4 panels that measure the same. And we're going to go ahead and add these panels right now. So as always, guys, I am extending these. I love using paper that does not have, kind of like a paper orientation. Is that a word? I guess it does not have an up and down is what I'm trying to say. But because it just makes it easier to kind of move back and forth, right? And we're going to go with the other one. And there we go. So very simple. That's all we're going to do right now. I'm going to like really push this for a tiny bit, guys, because I feel that it needs a really good push. If you are familiar with our gold foil is quite thick, and so you really need to make sure it's well glued all together. So this is how this is going to look like. It's pretty simple. We're going to make it beautiful here in a minute. Now, the next step is what we're going to do. I'm going to bring a ruler, and we are going to, let me see, guys, sorry. Where did I put it? Happens when you have a mess. Okay, 1 3/4. So let me, first of all, let me close this so it is, better. And what we're going to do is like here in the middle, so more or less the middle. It doesn't have to be the middle, but more or less there. So you guys can see like that. I am going to add, so I'm going to align the ruler to the bottom of the bottom of the panel, so right here. And I'm going to make where's my pencil? Here's my pencil. And so I'm going to bring my pencil, and we're going to mark, still there you go. We're going to mark at 1 and I said 3/4. So there's 1.5. 1 3/4 is like this. There's more or less there. So I am just making a really good dot in there. And we're going to do the same thing from the top. I'm actually, let me see, guys. It's just harder to see from here, and I don't want to put my big head in there. And that's more or less like half. I think that is aligning well. Yeah. So there we go, 1 3/4. Okay. Did I measure that correctly? Let me see, guys, because it was. Yeah, it's fine, guys. I made it right. I did the calculation right. So there we are. We have 2 dots. Let me show you up close so you can see. Kinda, I guess, the gold. So one is right here and the other one is right there. Okay. So I am going to bring this friend. Hopefully this works. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. It's not going to work, guys. This is so sad. So what we're going to do, let's see if this one works. So bottom line, we need a circle that is, so I calculated with the circle. We'll see if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to be much smaller than this setting. You can do the cut with a I forget the name of these things, with these knife thingies. I am just not good at using them, right? Like people will do this and will do it without any problems. I am not that person. Hence I like dice. I'm really bad at this. So hopefully this works. This is the bigger one. This is the bigger one. And I hope this fits too. Okay, guys. There you go. All the way in. And hopefully, it doesn't work. I'm stuck. I'm so stuck. Okay, so neither of these work. So what that means is we're going to try to use this. Please don't laugh. I really am not very good at this. So what I'm trying to do is kind of like visualize a circle, because I don't know how to use this, guys. I have over and over and over again kind of like try to use them, and I'm just not good at doing this. So if you have, and I don't have one here, you know, the big ones that you can use for like the ones that have 3, that may be a good one. Okay, this is like pretty disastrous. There it goes, kind of not even close. Did I say don't laugh? This is so bad. I am really thinking of using scissors, guys. So we're going to make a hole. And that's me suffering here. But I am very honest, guys. There are things that I am not good at doing. I really thought it was going to fit, and that didn't fit. So there's that. And guys, I'm just going to go and make my circle there. Since I have already kind of marked it, I am making my circle, just going in a circular motion. And what I am doing several times, and I'm going over it several times, is, hi Sonia, how are you? Happy Memorial Day to Happy Labor Day. It's not Memorial, to you too. So I am just using that, see, there you go, to kind of like smooth the edges. And now I'm going to cut it. So this is what I was telling you guys. This is going to be we're going to figure this out together. And so that is what's happening right now. We're figuring out because my tool did not reach what it needed to reach. And that is not a happy moment. Okay, there we go. So we made one, and I'm just going to come back on top. It doesn't really matter that it does not look good, because all that is going to be covered, and that's fine, right? Okay, so there we go. I think we have one. We may need to smooth it a little bit more, but let's practice. There, I was thinking that maybe I can use this one, although this is not necessarily a hole, but it can help like to Oh, it doesn't fit either. I'm trying, guys, really hard. So we're going to make the same thing here on the other side. I'm going to make kind of like a circle. And I'm going to bring the scissors. And yes, we're going to repeat that process. Not like that on one. Just make sure that you don't make a hole on the card. That'll be a disaster. And of course, this is partially happening because this is a very hard cardstock. Just remember that we have gold foil in here. I'm going to try to use this again just to soften the edges a little bit so it makes it easier. But I just don't know how to use this tool. If you're good using these, then you probably will not have any issues using these. I am just not good. Okay, let's see. I think we got it there. There we go. See, if you use that tool a little bit, then it kind of helps build it. Don't do that. Okay, let me remove that. I just made a boo-boo. I think that it's going to be okay because there's going to be things on top of it. So it'll be fine, but that's not ideal at all. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come on the other side and cut all the extra like that, and on the front like that. And I'm going to go back and forth until it's fairly smooth, because we need this to be able to because it needs, so we're gonna put something inside here and it needs to like really move. What's the word? Swivel? I think swivel is the right word. So I am cutting all these as best as I can, all the leftovers. Looks like fuzzies now. Okay. So hopefully the card is worth it after all these issues that we're having, right? Okay, I think that is good. None of these will be visible, so you can really like chop this with confidence, right? Okay, there we go. So now we have two holes, not very elegant holes. We are going to need, let me bring my two pieces. They are, I almost got him. Okay, they are 3.5 by 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to make sure that these fit through here. So see, it's barely fitting. So we need to bring our scissors and make the hole a little bigger. Okay? Because that needs to fit in nicely. And we're going to go and cut again. And I am so sorry, guys. If you have like a smaller die, that will work. I just don't have, I was looking before the live and I didn't find one die that I thought, oh, that's small enough. You don't want it to be so big that the piece that we're going to run through is going to like kind of go all through, right? So I'm making this a tiny more and tiny bigger. And here we go. Okay, so let's see if this fit. And that is fitting fairly well. It's moving decently. And we'll see this one. No, that's good. That's good. Okay. I'm just going to make it a tiny bit more, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel that because there's so many fuzzes still, it's not like a really straightforward cut. I just want to make sure that there is no that you know that piece is able to move easier in the, you know, when we're moving. Okay, so I am getting all those pieces and bringing there you go, this again, and just made it a little bigger. And I am so sorry for all of these, guys. Sorry. Okay, I think we got it. Man, there we go. So 2 holes. Hopefully you have a better luck than me doing this. And you're going to need 2 pieces. These measure, like I said, 3.5 by 1/2 inch. And they're going to be scored at 1 5/8, 1 5/8 and 2 1/4 on each side. So 1 5/8, I mean 1 5/8, 5/8, 2 1/4, 5/8, 2. Sorry guys, 5/8, 1 1/4, 5/8, 1 1/4, and the same will go for this one. And I actually did not score these, and it's a little bit hard to score. So there it is, 5/8 and 1 1/4. It's harder to score just because you know, you can't really put this well, like you can't see well. I don't know, I can see well, maybe it's the right word. And there you go. And we are going to fold, so mountain, valley, okay, and then this one will go valley, mountain, right? If you're just going back, mountain, valley, valley, mountain. And so for the other ones, so mountain, valley, and then valley, mountain. Okay, there we go. And this is exactly how you want it to look. Oh, you know what? I can tell already that this measurement is not perfectly. No, they're 1/2 inch, Adrian. I think this needs to be further because these two. Okay, we're going to work measurements together. Let me bring this. So we said it's 1/2 inch. So there's my 1/2 inch. Oh, I think you maybe. Let's see. Maybe you're right, Adrian. I want to say I put 1/2 inch, but you're totally correct. Adrian wins today's way of calculating. So it's 1/4 of an inch. And even if it's okay, guys, I put it wrong. So it's 1/4 of an inch. And we are going to need to calculate this together. So let's see. So we're going to need 2. But I am going to keep them like this. So we need, let's see. So we need 5/8. We said 1 1/4. 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. Let's see. 2 1/4. So 2 1/2. And then 1, 2 1/2, 3 1/2. I think they need to measure 3 3/4. So let me write that down and we'll do it together. So yeah, you have really good eyesight. So let's go to 3 1/4. I'm gonna go 3 1/4 here because this is our motioning piece, and this needs to be okay, let me see, there's the 5/8. This needs to be, these two need to kind of like fit together. And so that means to me that this needs to, the centerpiece needs to be a little bigger. So there we go, 5/8. I'm sorry about this, but again, this is how I do this. And I'm glad that you're sharing with me all these discoveries. So let's see if this is going to work. So let's see. So say mountain, valley, and mountain, valley, and that looks better, but it still needs, yeah, because this needs to fit perfectly in here. So I just don't think it should be 4. So let's see. So let's go with 4. And again, You know what? I'm being a little dumb. I could make this instead of 5/8, make it smaller, right? I didn't think of that. So maybe 1/2 inch. Sometimes, you know, I just want this to be a little bigger so it's easier for, well, let's do it and see if 4 doesn't work, then we'll just decrease the other one. It happens, guys. And 1 1/4. Okay, so back again. Oh, I didn't score these correctly. That's cool. Let's see. So we go mountain, valley, and valley, mountain. So this is so funny. These need to be able to fit because there shouldn't be a space in there. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not 4. So we were at 3/4, right? So let's call it 3/7/8. And again, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. And 1 1/4. So I think it's going to be 3 7/8 by 1/4 of an inch. So again, mountain, valley. I think this will do better. So the first one should have been, I don't know, maybe it was a bad, not the first one, the second one we made. That's so weird. I think, okay. Yeah, this one is the first one, and I'm going to throw that one. But there was one, this is the biggest one. Oh, well, I think this is going to work. If it doesn't work, we'll figure it out together. No, this is going to work. That's so cool. Okay, we did it, guys. We did it. So 3 7/8. Let me write in here. 3 7/8 by 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. Hi, Tracy. How are you? We are struggling here together. Welcome to struggling together. Okay, 5/8. And we're gonna score 1 1/4. Turn around and do the same thing. 5/8, which is super hard to see sometimes. There you go, 5/8 and 1 1/4. The 1 1/4, for whatever reason, well, because it's bigger, I guess, is so much easier. Okay, that moved. We manage. Okay, so these are our 2 pieces, and these are the ones that we're going to put inside our really, really ugly piecing here. So remember, they are folded, mountain, valley, valley, mountain. And what we're going to do is we are going to get these, insert these 2 in here, and so I am just making sure it moves. See how it's not moving correctly? So we're going to go and make this hole a little bigger. If you have a die, again, you don't have to go through this painful process. But what that also means is that you can make it a little thinner if you want it, the strips. I don't want to risk it. I want it to be a really solid mechanism. Okay, go back again. So there we go. So the 2 edges are the ones that go in here. And I'm just trying to see, okay, now it's moving. You see how it's moving freely? So before we add anything to it, we are going to put some glue in the middle area. Okay, and now we're going to glue I guess. So this is the middle area. We're going to glue the two areas right next to it. So this one goes like that. And so the flap needs to stay unglued, and this one goes like that. Okay. And before we go further, we're just going to do the same with the other piece. So that gives us some time for that to dry. And so here we go. We'll put glue in here. And again, this middle piece, it goes in the glued to it, not the flap, and the other one as well. So we have the flap edges or the edges completely free and not glued. Okay, and I'm going to bring one of them. So again, we put the edges that are vertical. In this case, we're going to put it in here, and now we are going to bring these, is going to go like that. Okay, now we're going to need 2 circles. This is the smallest circle from the Stylish Shapes. I am thinking that the smaller circle from the decal circles will work too. But I'm just using this one because I had them out already for some other projects. So there's that. And I am going to try this one now and see if this is going to, see, it's still not, like, it's not moving super well. So here we come back with our Burberry process, and we'll cut this. It's just so funny. Okay, there we go. Not a whole lot extra. There we go. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, it seems like it's moving much better. Oh, you meaning here? Yeah. If you mean these, it is. Thankfully, this is going to be covered, Tracy. That's why I was not freaking out. At least not just yet. So let me bring, so we're going to bring the 2 circles and we're going to add them in here. So remember, the piece that we glue is against, or yeah, it's in the front, and then we're going to open this and we're going to spread those 2, and we're going to add glue in here. And it's just on those 2 flaps, right? We don't want it to glue to the paper or to the base because then it won't move. Oh, is it blood? I don't think it's, maybe it's blood and I didn't realize I cut myself. But that happens every so often. In my defense, I was coloring, and I'll show you here in a little bit what I was coloring. So I thought maybe it does smell like blood. I thought it was Cajun craze, which is what I was using. So there's that, you know. So let's add these in here as well. And like I said, we have to make really, really sure that it doesn't adhere to the card base. So I'm just waiting a second to see. I think you're right, Tracy, it's blood. To get this really glued, and now we're going to just make sure that this is moving. So we're going to use this. So see, it's glued somewhere. Let's unglue it. There you go. I think it's now better. Okay, now it's moving. It's not moving super well, which it was my fear. Just because of that, but this one is moving better. So make sure that your thing is really well. It's bigger, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know what? Let's see if I can like cut tiny pieces of it with that there. just to make sure it really flows nicely. Okay, guys, I think I got it. Let's see. Okay, there was the problem. That's better. Good news, we made it. Now we can bring the panels that go here and we'll add them. And I chose this gorgeous because there's no other way to say this beautiful, beautiful and gorgeous option. And the mushrooms are looking up, so I'm going to use the mushrooms as a guide. But this is definitely a paper to have. I hope you got that one. So I'm going to bring this one. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Oh, I didn't, just because I'm always. So we have to make sure that the glue goes in here and not close to the circle. I almost made a mistake, guys. But for just make sure, I'm going to move that out there and I'm going to put some in here. So that glues better. And I'm going to move these out of there because I am like not risking it. So we'll practice better with the other panels. I'm going to hold these for 1 second. Okay. And this is the other panel. So this one, so we're going to put glue on the edges. And I'm sorry about that. I was not thinking on the edges. And then in this area, we can put a little bit more glue because all we need is for the circle to move freely. And so bottom line, glue on the top or the bottom edge, depending on where your circle is at. And guys, feels like I'm bleeding or something. And you can put more glue on the other one. Let me grab some water here and clean my hands real quick. Let me bring one of my really beautiful, just don't want to stain the rest of the stuff, right? Yeah, and this is blood. Who knows what I did to myself? And that's the story of my life. Does it happen to you ever that you go and you're like, oh my goodness, I have a bruise and I don't know where it came from, or things like that? Okay, there it is. It's a little cut. I don't even know how I did that, so there we go. Hopefully I don't stain anything. Good. So this is our card. Basically, we are going to start building the other pieces. So you will need 2 pieces. These measure 7 by 2 3/4. I am going to score this one. So we're going to score at half, which would be 3 1/2. And that way we have 2 funny little booklets at the front, which I think is going to bring such a fun. Oh, okay. It's still bleeding. Okay, guys. There it is. It's not doing anything anymore. And I have an idea. Okay. There we go. So we'll retain the blood in there. It's not necessarily a band-aid, but it's the best we can do right now. Okay. And we're going to, I have 2 panels. So you need 2 pieces of 7 by 2 3/4 scored in at 3 1/2. And I already have the panels ready, most of them. So these are the 2 that will go in. There's 2 of them that will go on the front, and this is the embossing folder. Let me show you. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? So the embossed ones go in the front. And there you go. So we're going to add them. Now, let me say this. The opening, I mean, you can put the opening whatever you want, really. I just like it opening this way. For whatever reason, it makes sense to me. And this one the other way. So I think you can put the opening whatever you want. It does not have to be how I am making it, but just so you know. I'm going to add all the panels now, and then we'll add this piece to our how will you call it? I forgot. Our interactive mechanism. So, and I just for me and my sake, because I know I would make a mistake otherwise, I am just keeping them opened as I want them to open. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I will make the mistake. You know what? That is such a good point, Sonia. I don't have one. I don't know how that happened, but I don't have a Band-Aid in here. And I always have Band-Aids everywhere. I don't know. That's really weird. So, okay. So this one is going to open this way, and this one is going to open this way, right? And so I have already, I don't know why. Oh, no, that's good. So let me see. This one is, so this one I'm going to put in here. And these are, so we need 6 panels, and these measure 3 5/8 by 3 3/8. That's the gold one, and the white one is 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. And then I'm going to bring one of these here as decorations, and this is going to be here. So yes, I am putting everything, I'm layering everything. I just love this paper so much. I want it like that. We'll see if it really works the way I hope. Some of the mistakes I usually do, we're just making them together. So I'm gonna let that glue for a second, and then I'm gonna bring the other panel. Okay, this one opens like this, right? So I want this leaf panel is going to go in here, and it seems like I'm going to put the leaves up. The mushroom seems to be is going to be looking down, but I'm okay with that. So bottom line, this is kind of just a cute panel, right? And then we are going to, not like that, we are going to add the other one, but we're going to stamp first. Because this is going to be just a little tiny place for you to add something, some fun, some, you know, sentiment or whatever. So I'm going to use the sending, which I, for some reason, don't see now, and that's pretty devastating. Oh, goodness. That is so, oh, here it is. It's like, I don't know how I always lose things. So I'm going to use Sending Autumn Wishes, and those are going to be in the front. And then I want to put Grateful for You in. This is the one that goes on the top. So Sending is going to go here, and then so in here we are actually, okay, I made a calculating mistake, but that's fine. We'll survive, I hope. Usually it's not ideal to stamp when you already have glued everything, because if you make a mistake, then the mistake is right there with you, right? There's nothing you can do. But we are going to, I'm going to bring Early Espresso, and we are going to stamp these real quick. And I'm just making sure, I just opened these friends, so I just am making sure that it is stamping well. And I'm going to bring, yeah, this one in here. I don't like this. So I'm bringing this back down below, so my big head is not in front of you, but hopefully this is, it's good enough, guys. It's not perfect. Let me show you. You can't see, but I'll survive with that. Nothing we can do. And then we have an area here to write, so that's what's going to go in there. And then in here we are just going to leave an area to write as well. Okay, there we go. So I am just adding my, don't do that. It always happens. Just always remember that gold or the foils, that paper just moves and moves, and I'm always forgetting that piece, and it's so funny. Okay, so this is the bottom one. No, this is the top one. Sorry, guys. This is the top one, and this is the bottom one. Okay, that's what we have so far. We'll decorate them here in a minute. We are going to go ahead and finish the inside, and the inside needs another. So I really love, guys, this blessed to have you in my life. Absolutely love it. And so we are going to stamp in here, and yes, it fits. And I'm bringing early espresso again. I just feel confident that it's a good color. It's going to be dark enough, and it matches like the whole shenanigan. And I'm just going to put this there in the, there it is. I'm using my grid paper to align this. I'm just going to put it in one, in the corner. That is much better than the other one. Okay, so let me just open my thingy here to clean my stuff, and I did get something. Okay, so let's add these. So this is a square, so it's easy, right? There's no, it's really hard to get it wrong when you have a square. I love squares. And there we go. And because it's foil, you can play a little bit with it. I'm going to remove these, and we're going to add the foil to the, it's not coming out for whatever reason. It happens often enough. Here's my little, it was probably the pin, I'm thinking, that I just got myself, I pinned myself. That happens more often than not, I have to admit. Okay. So the bottom line is, I learned today that I have to keep a band-aids here in my craft room. Okay, so let me show you. I am using the dies from Amber Autumn, and it does have a ton like of leaves like this, and I just figured I can bring a couple of leaves in here, just to make some fun, some decorations. I have them all, so you know, just kind of like leave it like that. I did. So the inside of the leaves looks like twigs to me, and I just think this is totally usable. So I'm going to use some twigs in here, and let me bring one of the other one. There's one of these other dies. So it's two dies, but we get three different die cuts from it just because we are using the inside of the leaves. And again, it just looks like twigs to me, and I think that that just is okay. It looks fun. So I'm going to bring the little twig, little twiggy, and we're going to add that one like right there. And then we're going to bring this one and add it there at the middle. What are you talking about? I got lost. Diane is saying that she's glad she bought something years ago, but I'm not sure what she's talking about. So let us know. I don't know if I missed part of the conversation, which happens often when you are crafting. Oh, that's a good tip. Adrian is saying that she puts the insides in it. So I like that too. That's a great idea, Adrian. I love it. So that's something you can do as well, is put the inside. So what Adrian is saying is, let's say, bring this one and put it in here. I didn't think about it, so I'm not going to do it right now. That looks super cute as well. But yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, now I can take it off. Well, then there we are. Oh no, yeah. It's not glued because I didn't put glue in there. That is so funny. So that's just how the inside is going to look. It doesn't need a whole lot more, I don't think. But you can certainly add so much. Oh, Tara, hi, how are you? Welcome. Okay, and now we're going to work on the outside. So I'm just making sure this is still moving. It's not moving very well, so I want to know why it's not moving. Let's see if this one is moving. Okay, guys, so I may have made a mistake of sorts, and I don't know where is the mistake. I know for sure there's not enough glue in there, so I want to know what's happening. Yeah, this is, maybe it's too tight? What do you think that is? Because it was moving fairly well when we were doing it before. I know there's nothing in there, so it should be, maybe it's too close in here. Okay, I think it was just very close. So be careful where you put that glue, guys. And same is happening here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to open around and make sure that it can't move. So like I said, be mindful where you put that glue because it is kind of like on the way there. Okay, so it's just too thick again. I guess I lay it too hard. I don't know. I would say this, the easiest way of doing this, there you go, Sonia, you read my mind. Yeah, I would use a dimensional to keep to keep it up. I don't know. I mean, I guess like I don't want it to have, so I'm gluing there. I don't want it to have, there it goes. Now it's sort of moving. Do you know what I'm fearing? That this is getting, you know, kind of like really weakened. And so I'm just going to cut a piece. And I'm going to put this on top of these like that. So I kind of like to make this thicker. And more resilient to movement. And we're going to leave that. So I think that the main mistake, not main mistake, the main issue here is that I did not do, I should have done these circles bigger and I did not. And so that's why it's getting problematic in there. It's because the circle itself, you know, it's bigger. I mean, it provides issues. So I think that that's why it's giving me a hard time. So bottom line, if you're just joining, I do not know how to make circles with the stiletto, however it's called, tool. We just found out. And so that is like, I did that circle like very much hand, and it's not working well. Okay. Hey, Donna, how are you? So this is moving okay. It's just when it's underneath this, so I don't know. Oh, wait, I see something that is catching stuff in here. And like I said, guys, I apologize because definitely I should have practiced this card. I just thought it's going to be so easy. How often does that happen that you're like, oh, it's easy, it's going to be just fine? Okay. So weird. There is something where it just really gets stuck at some point. Okay, I got it. There it goes. Yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit open there. If I don't know if you notice, I will definitely keep it open for a minute so we can work in it, and then we'll try to close it to see how else that's working. And this one is also open, and I'm just making sure it is going back and forth. And there are pieces around that are making it harder for it to move. There. I think we managed to cut it, not cut it, kind of like just, it removed it itself. Where's my take your pick? Okay. I'm gonna move and cut this in here. Okay, I think we made it. This needs to go. This is part of what is giving me a hard time, is some of those areas. Okay, let's, guys, the dog just opened my my door, so it kind of closed on its own, but yeah, we may hear more noises than necessary. Okay. Okay, we're managing. Okay, it's moving. It's moving. Hallelujah. We made it. So bottom line, do be very good. I would say just make the circle much bigger until there's no way for it to kind of like really get stuck, because that's what's happening here. It's getting stuck on my thinking here. So let's keep going. Definitely this one is not working as well. This one is working. Just make the circle bigger, guys. Totally on me. We have these. Remember, these have a place. I am hoping that with the bigger panel, it might work well. Who knows? We'll see. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to align the panel in the corner, so it's aligned on the side edge and on the top edge. And we're going to let that, just kind of dry there for a minute. And then here's the other panel. And oh, so Donna is saying that she has this DSP on the way, coming on her order. And Sonia is saying, yay for determination. I'm thinking this might not work as well as we wished, but it's going to be okay. And we're going to do the same on the bottom, and it is a line there on the corner, along the edge, and along the bottom. So I'm going to hold these. Now this is moving like crazy. Isn't that funny? That is very funny. So there goes one. Maybe it needed a little incentive for it to move. And now this is how it looks, right? Like it has the, supposedly you can open it because you need to move them like that, and then it opens. Ta-da! It did open well. And now they're perfectly moving like bicycles. Yeah, that's crazy. So there's that. That's the card. And now let's decorate it. So let me show you. So I used, again, this is from Amber Autumn, and this is how they look. I am very, very pleased on how they look. And so we have the pumpkins and we have the acorns. And I just absolutely love how these two are looking. You see, we can put one panel on each, and then I'm bringing, this is the sanding, so I want to bring the sanding in here, right? And we have to stamp the other autumn wishes, and so I think that this is going to work much better, maybe like that. Let's see how we organize this. Oh, thank you, Adrian. Well, the good news is I thought twice today, and I actually did a video of the coloring, and that is going to be in my new little classes. They're going to be like $5 a class or something, or $3. I really don't know. Let's say $5. You know, it's like an hour and a half, and you know, you'll get a PDF with the colors I used and all that good stuff. So let me know if that's something you think is going to be a good idea. I am hoping that it is, but I don't know. I think I'm going to put these front like that in there. I really like my leaves, so I don't want to hide them. Yes, Donna is right. It's a wonderful, wonderful stamp set for coloring. So I may have to do this on here and then leave those there, and then we'll put the sentiment in here. So let's stamp that, which I should have stamped beforehand, but I didn't. And let's go with, where's my piece of white? I don't have any white either. Here it is. We'll bring that, and we'll just add it there, and we'll see what we can use to cut it. So lots of working together, guys. Lots of working together today has been. Let me see if I am hoping that this one, no, it's too big, although it fits well. So we're gonna do these, and that one belongs to Stylish Shapes too. I just think this one is going to be too small, too thin. It almost fits. I'm gonna use this one, guys. And I have my thingy ready here for a chance. It's ready. See how this looks. I think it's going to look okay. So let's see. Donna is saying, no, $10 seems too much. It's just a little bit of coloring. It's, you know, it's just two stamp sets. I really think that $5 is a good option. I don't know what you guys, I mean, like, just think about it. It's not a big deal for me. And so, I mean, like, this is kind of like, I am already coloring these. I'm going to put this one in the bottom like that because I feel that it's going to look better. And then I'll bring my autumn here, and then we'll put, this is the one I'm just like struggling a little bit because I don't want to like cover most of it, but it's going to be covered. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that one like that and this one like this. So there you go. Maybe like that, right? What you guys think? I think that looks good. I'm going to bring these, and we'll put it all the way to the top as much as I can, maybe like that. Let me see, guys. No, I think I like it more there, yeah. And then we'll see that one. I do want to add some dimensionals to it. And if you've been here before, you know that I just love my dimensionals. Oh, thank you, Donna. Yeah, I know, I know there's people that would, but I guess what I really want is for people to not be afraid of coloring. Um, and maybe, if I make it too high, then some people can't. And I just feel that, I mean, I just think that $5 is more than enough. Like I said, this is something I was already doing, right? And so I just think that it's totally worth it, to just make the most, but but not be greedy, I guess. I don't like being greedy. And you know, I don't know. Okay, so we have that one there, and I'm just going to put the autumn wishes in here, and those are going to go on dimensionals as well. And I don't have another strip, but that's fine. Here's one. And the strips are my new fave, by the way. I've discovered them. I rediscovered them. I think that's what I'm gonna say. I rediscovered them. Um, I just love them. They're so easy because it's less um, there. And so I'm gonna put this a little bit lower so we can see a little bit of that yellow there and the pumpkins, but it will be great if I put it straight. Okay, we made it somehow. Now it moves like crazy. Isn't that so funny? So, okay, so we have two panels. They both open. This one is not straight. Don't tell anybody. I'm thinking I can just bring something like that here and make it look less dramatic. Let's see. Maybe one of these. No, this one is too big. Maybe the yellow one, just like that. And so it takes away the sight from there. Um, so we have two panels. We have an extra area to write. So write, and then this one opens this way, and you have extra area to write. Just a lot of fun. They will open this way, and then you can open the card, and this is the inside of the card. So don't worry that much. It looks like once you put the panel on it, you do a lot better. It moves super well. Isn't that funny, guys? Isn't that funny? Funny. Anyways, let's do some bling, which I did not thought of beforehand. I'm pretty sure I have something beautiful that can match. Oh, there. We have last year's. This is last year's that I obviously, look at that I obviously didn't use a whole lot. Okay, guys, please tell me I'm still okay. I thought I did some mistakes. And I like the Cajun craze. And I don't know if this is Cajun craze, but it looks really Cajun crazy, huh? So we are going to bring, okay, maybe. Sometimes. I wish I were so elegant. Have you seen the other demonstrators that just go and grab the thing and it's no problem? And I'm like trying to do this thing and it's so lame. I'm gonna put one, I want to put it like up here. So one in there, and then I'm gonna bring another one around there. No, not there. I want it right there because it's gonna look like that. Okay, sorry guys. I'm pretty picky of where I put these things. I don't know why I'm so picky. Right there. And then I'm gonna bring another one. So we have two sizes. I'm gonna bring that one, nope, right there, because otherwise it seems like I'm making, how would you call it, like a line, and I don't like lines for whatever reason. And I'm gonna bring another one that I'm gonna put in here, like right there, and we need just one more that I'm gonna put right there. Okay, so lots of them, but obviously I haven't used this. I need to use them. So there's that. We made it. We made it, guys. We made it. That is so exciting. I am so happy about this card. It's so beautiful. And I hope you enjoyed it. That was me trying to get that thing. So bottom line, you can also add more twigs in here if you want. I don't necessarily think so because the coloring is really, really nice. And so I don't want to like make these, you know, take away from the coloring. And again, it opens and there's your inside. You don't need anything else but this gorgeous paper. Let's just say it out loud, right? There's no other need. This is the perfect paper. It looks gorgeous and you don't need anything else. I think if I were to make a change on it, I think these need to be smaller. You see what I'm saying? So I think these needs to be, so either this needs to be smaller or the hole needs to be closer to here, to this edge. So this is not, you know, like on the way. I don't know if that makes sense. So because of that, so I guess that the whole goal of these, I guess this is a mistake I made. The whole goal of this is for these to be in here in the middle. So it opens, right? It opens easily. So I have to like make the measurements differently. But guys, like I said earlier, we're making it together. So I would have solved that problem on my initial card. I'm not sure where I would like that to move. So I think it's got to do, okay. If I were to do this again, I would move instead of calculating in here, the middle, I will move it a little bit towards this edge. So I'll try to make the change better. Sonia says, would a circle work? Do you mean make the panels circles? If that's what you're asking, I think so. I don't know, because the circle, then it will lap one with the other. See, because in the end, this, like, you can open this way, right? I don't know. That's a really good question. That's another day of practice. Okay, guys, we made it. Ta-da! It is so beautiful. I really like how it ends up looking, but it's, let's face it, this paper is just to die for. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, so let's try this. So imagine this one. Yeah, because if you have like a smaller circle, that could work. If you have like a bigger circle, it may, like, they may go on top of each other. I know it's not the same circle, but let's see. I guess it could work. See? If you can have either one like this, two different circles of two different sizes, or so if you put the circle here, right, then it's catching like on here, and if you put it here, no, I think it will work. I think that will do, that will look beautiful, Sonia. That's a pretty good idea. There you go. Okay, we made it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Just as always, if you like the video, guys, like, subscribe, and share in your social media, and I would really, really appreciate it. Like I've mentioned before, it just helps us so much in here. I will have the PDF, I want to say probably like in an hour. So today is August 31st. So I'm thinking about an hour we're going to be able to have that. I will be live on Tuesday. I know that was not the goal, but I wanted to do this last week, but I don't know. But I would say we can totally do this. I'll totally be live on Tuesday, and hopefully I'll see you there. Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate you. May God bless you all. Bye.